So, for the last 20 days, I have been out of the game and had time to think about, how much it would mean for me to get to sit there and say, oh, well, you don't like so and so, so you're not. It's not a like vote, whether you like someone or you don't like someone. It is about who came here and played this game. And anyone who makes it to the final two, whether you're a GOAT or not, it is not easy. It is like you might get drugged there, but if you still getting drugged there, you still had to sleep outside for 39 days, not shower, not eat. And so that's where you really sit there and you weigh the options on who truly deserves the $1 million based on outwit, outlast, outplay, and not who stabbed you in the back harder or more times. That doesn't matter at this point, and we can sit here at Ponderosa and say, so-and-so did this and so-and-so did that. But at the end of the day, my vote is going to the person who can make the best case for outwit, outlast, outplay. Tonight's tribal has potential of being really entertaining, but also really boring, because I think watching the season, you could say that Wu hasn't done much. I am going to go to tribal with the open mind. I don't know who I'm voting for, because I want to hear what he has to say. Wu doesn't talk much. Wu might have a lot going on upstairs that nobody else knows about. That might have been his gameplay, and he's going to enlighten us on all of it, and we might sit there and our jaws drop and hit the ground. If that happens, he'll get my vote. But I'll also give him the opportunity to hear. I've seen what Tony's done. I really honestly don't need to hear from Tony. I'm more interested in hearing from Wu and what he has done to deserve to beat Tony. And if he can, plead his case well enough, he'll get my vote. I think, if I vote for Tony, it's because he's played a phenomenal game. He truly has. It sucks, but I'm totally envious of the game that he's played and the fact that he has made these big moves. Now, has he had a right-hand man or whatever? Absolutely. But that doesn't matter. He's been in the, pilot seat. He's done it all. And so I think he's played a stellar game. And based on gameplay alone, Tony gets my vote. Then, like I said, with Wu, it's, if you can tell me what you've done other than just, if all you've done is followed Tony's commands, that doesn't get my vote. But if he can tell me, I did this, I did that, and I'll tell you what, a lot of people thought it's suicide for Wu to bring Tony to the final two. He said he's trying to keep the integrity of the game there. He's wanting to go up against the best. He's going up against the best in the game. You kind of have to have some respect for that. Was it stupid? Maybe. But you know what? It might get him $1 million too. So, it's all going to come down to Wu making me believe that he deserves $1 million. Tony and Wu got to the final two completely together. Tony needed people to follow him because, he, really, like, I wouldn't say he's Russell Hantz, but that's the same thing Russell did. He would grab someone and get them to be his little, puppet and just follow him around and do what he tells him to do. I mean, people handed idols over to Russell. Tony just found idols, so he didn't need anyone to hand him over. And so they have been together since day one. They would not be where they were at without each other. And that's the other thing. You can't rule out Wu, because ultimately, even if he's a GOAT, Tony wouldn't be there without Wu. And Tony needs to recognize that. And that's, another thing that Okay, is Tony gonna come in and be all cocky and say, I did this, I did that? Would you also realize that, can you admit that you wouldn't be here without Will? So yeah, it's tricky. It's gonna be fun, and we have 9 people to get to ask different questions to everybody.